Hello, myself Vandana Yadav, and I'm working with Lexis and Company as a legal intern. So let us begin with few examples and quickly try to figure out what the topic for today is. So this happened on January 25, 2021. A group of hackers demanded a ransom of rupees 10 crore from a Ghaziabad man and threatened to circulate his obscene pictures and personal details of his family if he fails to meet their demands. The cybercrime cell of the police are probing the case and efforts are on to nab the hackers. In a very shocking report, about 35% of the women in the world are victims of some or the other kind of cyber violence. And very recently, in a very shocking incident, a 23-year-old woman was allegedly lured into a forest area by her boyfriend where she was gang raped by 25 men. And one of the key points of this case is that the victim came to Delhi 4 years ago as a domestic worker and she met the accused on a very well known social networking site, Facebook, and got involved into a romantic relationship. So, by now, we all have figured out that the topic for today is cybercrime. What is the meaning of cybercrime? What are the categories of crime? What are the sections of IPC related to cybercrime? We'll also know a bit about cyber law, its importance, its scope. So let us begin with the meaning of cybercrime. Cybercrime is a generic term that refers to all the criminal activities, one using the medium of communication technology components, the internet, cyberspace, and the World Wide Web, that is the WWW. Internet. Crime in context of internet. Internet crime is any crime or illegal online activity committed on the internet, through the internet, or using the internet. Internet crime is one of the strongest branch of cyber crimes. For example, identity theft, internet scams, and cyber stalking. Let us come to the categories of crime. The categories, these cyber crimes, there are three categories and three levels on which they happen. One is the individual, the other is the government, and the third is the property. So, in the individual, this category involves individual distributing malicious or illegal information online. Example, cyber stalking, distributing pornography, and trafficking. The second is at the level of government. This crime happens least, but when it does, it is the most serious offense. A crime against government is also known as cyber terrorism. For example, government website hacking, military website hacking. The third is property. This is similar to a real life instance of a criminal illegally possessing on individuals' bank or credit card details. Example, stealing bank details or accessing confidential information. What are the sections in IPC which are related to cyber crimes? So the first is section 319 and 320, that is cheating. For example, a password is stolen and used by someone else for a fraudulent purpose. In this, the punishment is up to 3 years imprisonment or fine under section 319 and punishable up to 7 years imprisonment or fine under section 320. Another section of IPC, which is section 292, which is the sale etc. of the obscene book. It includes capturing, publishing, or transmitting the image of a private area without any person's consent or knowledge. And the conviction here is up to 2 years imprisonment and fine of rupees 2,000 and conviction up to 5 years imprisonment or a fine of rupees 5,000 respectively. The other section is section 378, that is theft of movable property. This will apply to the theft of any data online or otherwise. We have section 424, which will also apply to data theft. Punishment under this section is imprisonment up to 2 years or fine or both. Section 425 deals with mischief. Damaging computer systems or even denying access to a computer system will fall within this. Maximum punishment is 3 months or fine or both. Needless to say, why is there a cyber law? Because we have cyber crimes and internet has become a indispensable part of our lives. So hence we have cyber laws in India. Cyber law is a term used to describe a law that deals with issues related to the internet, technological and electronic elements, communication technology, including computers, software, hardware, and information systems. Categories of cyber law. The first is using a computer to target other computers, example hacking, virus attacking, etc. The second is using a computer to commit crime, example online fraud or cyber terrorism, etc. Let us quickly come to the importance of cyber law. Cyber law is concerned with every individual these days because as we said earlier, that internet has become a very indispensable part of our lives, and we all are using internet in some or the other form daily. It is used when we create any account online, while performing e-commerce transactions, net banking or emails, etc. The second, why is cyber law important? It is important because it touches almost all the aspects of transaction and activities on and concerning the internet, the World Wide Web, and the cyberspace. What is the scope? Is there a scope for cyber law? Yes, there is a tremendous scope of cyber law in India, as the number of activities through internet is on immense increase with the changing times. The requirement for cyber laws and their application is gaining momentum. So this was all for today, and I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much.